Good afternoon. My name is Paul Church from Clarity Craft here in the UK. Welcome to another episode of Clarity Social TV. So I hope everybody's well. I reckon it'll probably be quiet this afternoon because the sun is shining outside down here in Kent. I think it will be classed as the warmest day of the year so far, considering we're only just into March. So I hope everybody's well. We'll give it a few minutes for our friends to find the room. The lovely Grace, all the way over in New York, is in the room with you. So if you have any questions, she's there to help. Just me this afternoon. Barb needs to take some time out. We had a really busy show this morning. And we overran by half an hour, which was great because it's interesting to see sort of different twists and turns on different techniques and projects. So if you missed the 10 o'clock show this morning, then don't worry, you can go to our catch up and craft section on the claritycrafts.com website and just go there and you can go back and watch. You can also tune in via our Clarity Crafts YouTube page. All of our live streams are there. They're all recorded. They're all kept there. So the sound is great. Thank you, Gracie. So if you ever miss any of our episodes, don't worry. They're all there for you to go back and watch. So there we go. Tracy said she missed this morning, but we'll catch up. Yeah, definitely worth catching up. It was a great hour. Barb was broadcasting from Studio 2 over in Crowborough. I was here in Studio 1 in Edenbridge, and we had it was like a dual screen, and couldn't see any of the chat, but I'm sure many of you enjoyed the way in which it worked. We had many friends in the room right up, even after an hour and a half, there were still many of our friends in the room keeping us company. So everyone's sending lots of love and best wishes to both Dave and Barb. Yeah, it's a knee operation. I mean, it's not sort of minor. Obviously, needs to be able to walk, and it was a long time coming, and it's happened. So it's all going ahead, and but yeah, just some time out just to rest and recuperate. So there we go. So I can see lots of lovely friends in the room already. So if you get our emails that we send out telling you all things that are going on at Clarity, then you would have had one at 5:30 last night, and you would have had another one at 6 o'clock this morning. And it's all about March is Japan month here at Clarity. And the reason behind that is because going to Japan has always been on Barb and Dave's bucket list. And it's Dave's 70th birthday this year. So this was going to be the year where they were going to finally be able to tick off that bucket list by going to Japan. But obviously, knee operation came priority. So we decided, I say we, the royal we, if we can't go to Japan, let's bring to Japan to Clarity. And to celebrate bringing it here at Clarity, we've given you a discount code, which is Japan10. So if you put anything in your basket, take your club discount off. And then when you get to checkout, put that code Japan10 in the discount box, and it will take an extra 10% off. So there you go. What a way to celebrate not being able to go to Japan. Let's just have a look at the details on the overhead. So March is Japan month for Clarity, as I just said. Use that code at checkout. It can be used multiple times. So if you're looking to buy from us over the whole of March, then you can use it again and again. There are exclusions that do apply. So some of the stuff that's recently been on our Clarity Social TV or open day tickets, workshops, the online courses, they are excluded from that discount. So there's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do giveaways. We're going to do competitions. Barb thought it'd be a great idea in the Mini Makes Facebook group to do a Japan mid-month challenge. Barb's going to be doing some blogs. But Barb said this morning, you know what would be a really nice year, because many of our friends at home that have been with us for many a year, in the shack. You stayed in Japan a long time in the shack and you doodled some geishas. The designs we're bringing to you today, they were also doodled in the shack as well. So share the love for Japan on all of our social media pages, and maybe put underneath what product you used. So for example, if you use the geisha groovy plates or the geisha stamp, if you can't put the link to the product from the Clarity Crafts website, just put the 5-digit code, because I know when many of our friends at home share their artwork, people go, oh, what did you use? I want to do that. What did you do? So it creates that buzz, doesn't it? And for some of our new friends that have recently joined us, it would be a great way of making it easier for them to find the products on the website. So where do we start? Okay, brand new today. Let's go to the pack shot. Nope, hang on. I swapped the pack shot out, didn't I? Been busy in between the shows. Let's do it on the overhead instead. So I'd forgotten I changed it. Duh. So we have a brand new A5 stamp and mask set. I will bring the details up on the screen for you. Let me just do that now because I didn't change any of that. So the item number for this is 12119, and it's Barbara's Shack Japanese Flowers and Butterfly Sampler A5 stamp and mask set. Okay, so for this, you may recognize these designs. And what I'm going to do, the original collection, I'll just do a comparison on size. So this was the original A5 square, which we called these the two-way overlays. So you had the innies and the outies. You've also got the butterflies, and then you've got the symbol. So what we decided to do to kick off Japan 10 was to create this beautiful bijou version. So it's £21.50, plus you get your craft club discounts. And then as long as you remember to put Japan 10 into the discount code when you check out, you'll get an additional 10% off as well. So I reckon that brings it down, if you're a Diamond Club member, to about £15, which means you'll get, £15. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Diamond Club, £18.28, another £1.80. Yeah, that's really good value for what you get here. And if you want to see how these work, then go back and check out the show from this morning. Barb did this fantastic demo, which is available as a download on our website. If you go to the catch up and craft section, you'll be able to rewatch the video from there if you want to, and you can download this demo as well. And what this does, it tells you the time, the date of the show, what the project was called, what was made, and this, Barb did a fantastic trick on this. It was obvious when Barb showed us what to do, but I'd never even considered that option, using our nested circle dies. Then you have a list of ingredients of what was used during that demo. So it means that when you get your product home, you can have a look at this and go, right, what was this done? What was that done? And you've got all those items there as well. So let's have a look at some of the artwork if you missed out on this morning's show. So this one was really lovely, Linda Spencer. So she's taken this first one as a central image. Let me just move that over a little bit. And then taking these little decorative elements to go around the outside. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this one so you could really appreciate this. Create the borders around the outside. This one I thought was really nice. Another one from Linda Spencer. Barb had the idea of replacing a letter O with something. So Linda's done that. And these are our die cuts to spell the word out. Then we have this one from Debbie McMullen, where she's taken all three of the designs, peace, beauty, and love. This one from James Helford. And James used those stamps that Barb did in the craft along the other week. Just very subtle in the background. And then this one here, this one is from Tina Morris. I like the use of the strips of companion paper to tie in with the colours there. But if you want to go a bit more grungy, This one from D. Paramore, and that's using Sam's papers. Then what else have we got? We had to look at all of those. This one from Jane Telford, using the elements. So that's using, let's bring this over. That's using that one stamp to create that. This one from Debbie McMullen. I really like this. This is using the masks to create the effect. This one here from Dee. So she's created the lilies and just drawn in stems. I really like this one. Who's this one? Linda Spencer again. I love the use of the white on the craft card. So that's been used with a combination of, I reckon, pencils and Posca pens to bring the whiteness out. I like this one as well. I like all of them. Why do I say that? This one's from Deborah Wheeler. So she's created a circle using the different sizes. Another one from Dee, using our doodle dies and our circle embedders. And then this one here, this one was from Linda Spencer again, all on one layer. And Linda has taken, where are they gone? If I show you on here, she's just taken these leaves to create that frame around the outside. So that was what we launched this morning. So I'm just going to zoom out a little bit there, but maybe you haven't seen the original designs. So let me share those with you. So what we have here is the A5 square stamp, and we saw how the sizes were. Now, this is available as a duo where you get your stamp set and you also get the stencil. Item number for that is 211. This one is the piece. Let me just bring that one up. There we go. Piece. The item number for that is 21166. Now this is a special price, $19.98. Then take off your club discount, then Japan 10, and you'll get an additional £10 off as well. And Barb was, I think I've got one here that's open on the next one, the beauty. There we go. Let's bring the beauty in, and you'll see exactly. So you've got your stamp set there, your butterflies, your innies and your outies. Then you get your masks as well. So you've got 2 circles and 3 butterflies to cover those off. So this one here, if you like this design, this is beauty. So the duo, same principle, 21164. And that one there, I shall bring that one up on the screen for you. There we go, 21164, Barbara Shack Beauty Japanese 2-way overlay flowers and butterfly stamp, mask and stencil set. Excuse me. All of the stencils are available individually as well. Then we have the third one in the collection. So this one here is Love. So I shall bring those details up for you on the screen. 21165. Same saving, same configuration, stamp, mask, and stencil. And then I remember when Barb designed these and we brought them out, she also designed 3 other stencils. So let me just bring this one out of the way and bring those in. So we have a trio of stencils. We've got leaves, roses and snowdrops. And the item number for that, if you would like that trio, is, let me just make sure I've got the right one on the screen. Blum, blum, blum. There we go. So that collection has a £3 savings. So you get £1 off of each of them. Item number 00965. And then lastly, there's a lovely collection of Japanese symbols and enzos. So the item number for this collection is 11900. So you've got your enzo stamp set. I'm going to swap those details out now. So you've got an A5 square stamp set, you've got an A6, and then, so 2 different sets, larger size, and then we have a bijou size, which are perfect for your mini makes as well. So this collection, item number 11900, £10 saving, bringing it down to £34.96, plus club discount, plus Japan 10 to get an additional 10% off as well. So that's just a recap of what we looked at during the 10 o'clock show, and you can go back and watch that in more detail and enjoy the company that we had in the room. You can go back and watch Barbara's demo, and it's worth going back just regarding the nested circle dies. That was just so obvious once Barb did it, and you'll see during the course of that hour and a half show why Barb worked out how to do what she did. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. So you can go back and watch that. But this afternoon, I thought what we would do, we'd have a look at the groovy version and the die version. Okay, so let's go to that pack shot now that I swapped out in between the show. So we have the complete groovy collection. So on your screen there, item number 42195. Now this is Barbara Shapp Japanese Flowers and Butterflies Complete Groovy Plate Collection. Now, something special about this one, you've got your 3 A5 square groovy plates across the bottom. Then just above that, you've got your, what we call the semicircle dotted frames. And these were designed by, I think it was Barb and Jazz together, that you can create circles to go around your artwork in the middle. Okay. So a question, sorry, I've just seen a question come in. Let me just answer that for you from Gracie. Janet Nash asks, do the stencils fit the sampler set? Yeah, if I take, for example, very good question. I know I digress slightly. Let me take this stencil out of here. They'll be great if you've got the nested circle dies, create some matching and layer, but they will, let me just take that stencil out of there. So you get the stencil and you also get the bit that pops out from the middle. So let me pop that down there and let's go back on the overhead. So there is one of them. I'm going to zoom in now on there. So you can see here's the stencil, there's the stamp, so they will fit beautifully. Because they're smaller, they fit really nicely inside there. Okay, so that was answering Janet Nash's question. So I hope that helped even. Pop that over there. Let's go back to the groovy. And then you've got your Japanese symbols in an A6 plate together with the butterflies on a spacer plate. So let's have a look at the semicircle dotted frames in a little bit more detail. So the item number for this individually is 42135. We could have given you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plates with 6 circles on. But when Barb and Jazz were working on these, they said, well, that's a lot of plates for a circle. The pattern's going to go all the way around. So why don't we do the semicircles? So for this, I'm going to zoom in now. I'm going to come in on that one, probably the next one in, and we can see. So you can see, hope you have the best day ever. Hope you have the best day ever. And it took Jazz such a long time to get the spacing right so that you could replicate that to create a complete circle. So you've got so many different individual frames. You've got the outer ones, you've got the double lines. Then the next one says, happy birthday to you. Then moving up, we have, thank you for being the best friend I could ask for. And that will repeat to create a complete circle. Then we have moving along, wishing you many more years of happiness. Then underneath that one, sending you love and hugs on your special day. And then finally, we wish you a Merry Christmas. I knew you started singing them. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So these sentiments can be used in any of those 6 different semicircles. And then you've got the individual elements as well to decorate. So let's have a look at some artwork using that plate. This one here, very Japanesey. This is from Jill Askham, sort of very yin and yang looking, isn't it? This one here from Carol Pankstello, using our poppets, never too early for Christmas. Then we've got, there's another lovely Christmas one here from Carol Baker. Then another one from Carol Pankstello, so just using the semicircles. This is really colourful. Karen Jackson, I like that. Doesn't that look effective? And then I've got this one here, which I'm just going to undo if I can. Lovely little bow. I've undone the bow on this one. So this one is, apologies, Carol Baker. So Carol's created a lovely wrap. And then when you open, look at that. Serenity. So that is using some artwork using just this plate on its own. And it is available individually as well. Okay. Susanna apparently has asked if I'm going to make something. I am indeed. I've got my trusty die cutting machine, and I'm definitely going to attempt 2 demos during the course of this hour. And you know what? I think I'm going to do a giveaway. So I'll give you a word to put in the comments a little bit later, being for a chance to win a card. Okay. Was that my key that I'm waffling too much? No, I'll take it that there was an inquiry about whether I'm going to demo. Then the first one of the A5 square, this is Peace. But I think it's been a while since we shared this lovely artwork from the design team. So this is Peace, and as you know, with Groovy, you can pick and choose the different elements. This one here is from Josie Davidson. And see these little infill in that frame? That comes from that plate there. Okay. Then this is a Jill Askham. Look at that. Jill's used lovely pearlescent paint to colour on the front. Then we have one from Glynis. Now this is like a stepper card. I wonder what's inside. Oh, a lovely little bow just to make it stand up like so. Love the colours on that. Then this one's very subtle. Karen Jackson. Let's bring that one in. Lots of picot cutting. Look at the white work. Talking of white work, if you want to progress with your Groovy journey, then check out the 123 online courses that Louise and I launched on Sunday. This one's from Julie Campbell. So you've got your central image, but then it's been turned into a square frame. Isn't that clever? Then this one here, Carol Pankstello. That's lovely, nice and pastel on that one. So the item number for that one individually is 42138. Excuse me. Then we're going to move on to Beauty. So don't forget, these are exactly the same designs as the stamps. These are larger than the original stamp collection. This one is from Jane Telford, and you can see how Jane has used that circular frame, the semicircle frame. This one, Julie Campbell, done exactly the same. So you can see how they've been designed to fit inside the Groovy plates themselves. And then this one here, Karen Jackson, with some dotting and some picot cutting. The third one in the collection is item number 42137, and these are all £9.49 each. This one is from Josie Davidson, using that semi-circle frame around the outside and some of our doodle dies. Don't need to see who this one's from. This one's from Francis Knott. Love the colours on this one. Carol Baker, very soft and elegant. I reckon the next one is a Glynis. Yes, Glynis multi-needle tools around the outside. Pico V's for that piece. Then another one from Jane. Lovely frame around the outside. Designer paper in the background. Don't forget, whenever you check out, as long as you put Japan 10 into your basket, then you'll get an additional 10%. This one's nice. This is a Jill Askham one. So that's the third one in the collection. And you would have noticed that some of the symbols have been used from the A6 plate as well. So if I bring in those designs now, so you've got your little spacer, which is 42194. Hope you have the best day. And then if you're interested in the symbols, item number 42140. This one here is from Julie Campbell. I love the offset in the square on that one. This one from Jane Telford. Bright and zingy. Lovely white work just in the tips. Josie Davidson. Very oriental with the blacks, the reds and the golds on that piece. And then the final one in this collection from Carol Baker, using those semicircle frames to go around the outside. So that's all available individually. Now the saving, let me talk about the price. The saving on this, which is £11.50, is the equivalent of getting the last two plates I showed you. So that would be the Japanese symbols and that butterfly spacer plate. So the £11.50, if you was just to go for those two, that's what you would pay for those two plates. So that brings it down to £52.45. And if you are a Diamond Club member, brings it down to £44.58 plus Japan 10, another £4.50 off. So that brings it down to £40 for that whole collection of plates there. Okay, so that's the groovy. So now let's have a look at some of our fresh cut dies. Okay, so we've put them into pairs. And I'm going to change the details on the screen for this. Just bear with me for a moment. There we go, that one there. So this is the first collection. Item number 31768. You've got a £10 saving, or you can buy them individually. Now, it's the same designs, but they've been taken from a circle into a square. And the beauty of these is that they come in two parts. So you've got your outer frame, and then you've got another cutting die that what will do, it will cut out a window in the middle. So let me show you exactly what they look like, the difference. Okay. So this one here is a Japanese beauty. So just cut out in black card. Look at that. And then when you compare it to the one, so this one here is just the large die on its own. This one here has had that nested square die introduced to create a window. So when I open it up, you can see exactly what it looks like. Okay, so that's your Japanese beauty. Then we have the roses, the same principle with or without. Okay, so that is that item there. And let's have a look at a little bit of artwork on this pair. I am conscious of the time, and I know that Susanna wants to see a demo. So this one is from Sheila Metzler. I'm going to zoom in now. There we go. Using our quote stamps. This one here is from Debbie McMullen. So not just Oriental or Japanese. And another one from Sheila Metzler. Then let's have a look at some roses. This one is from Dee Paramore. This one is Debbie McMullen. So look, filled in with the papers, a little bit of paper piecing to make the roses stand out. This one here from Deborah Wheeler, white on white. That'd make a lovely wedding card, wouldn't it? Or a wedding invite. So that is that first collection, right? Okay, so let me now bring in the second collection. I need to like swipe left. Hang on, let me go back out. Swipe left. Right. So this is your next one. I'm going to swap that around. So this is the Japanese leaves and snowdrops. Really, really beautiful. I'm going to be demonstrating the snowdrops during this hour. Yeah, I hear you, everyone shouting. So, same principle. This is the snowdrops one, with or without. And we've done it in black so you can really see the beauty and the detail of the design. And then this one is the leaves, as before. And this could be an 8x8, this could be a 7x7, and it doesn't have an outside cut line, so it stays within the card blank. So let's have a look at some artwork on this. Now this one, see, snowdrops perfect for this time of year. This one is from Deborah Wheeler, and that's the Shack Snowdrop stamp set. A little bit of paper piecing on that one. Elaine Milner, look at that. I bet that took some time. Individual piecing. Turning it into Christmas by Debbie McMullen. That's Linda Williams. Then I like this one as well. If you're into your parching as well as your paper crafting, this one is done by Jane Telford. So she's die cut and then she's backed it onto a piece of designer parchment and then done white work to bring out the leaves. Let me zoom in on that one so you could see. There we go. And a little bit of perga glitter in the leaves there. Okay. Then this one here is from Dee Paramore. A little bit of Miri card behind there. Drop shadow on this one from Sarah Brennan. I like that effect. And these stamps, the Bijou ribbon stamps, really nice. And then the quote stamps again. This one's just been coloured in on black. So that's the second of the 3 collections. As I say, all available individually. And then let's lift this one off and bring in the third duo, which is the Japanese Love and Peace collection. So let's bring the die cut blanks into play. So we have the Japanese, oops, zoom out. Come out on that one. There we go. Item number, need to swap the details over. There we go. 31769. All got that £10 saving. So I suppose in a way it's like £5 off of this one, £5 off of that one, plus your club discount, plus the Japan 10. Okay. So we can see here the difference in the two with the little window, without the window. One of my favorite ones, this one is the, which one's this one? This one is the Peace. Yeah, the Peace one. So with and without. Let's have a look at some artwork from this duo. And if time permits, I'm going to do a very quick demo with this one. Okay, so this is, where have I picked up the wrong, hang on. Oh no, I haven't. Oh, it's hiding. This one from Linda Spencer. Let's zoom in. There we go. Great for Christmas, Julie Dunn. I like the way they've twisted that one. And the same from Tina Morris. A little bit of, that's on blue parchment. A little bit of white work in those leaves. Another one from Tina Morris. Happy New Year. Happy Near You. Elaine Milner. Then, this is nice. This one is from Sheila Metzler. Now that has all been infilled, like Trap the Scrap with designer paper. This one from Julie Dunn, you can see that's the butterfly from the large collection. So you can see how they work perfectly together. Tina Morris, lots of sparkle on that one. Look at that. That is a double-sided adhesive sheet in the background and then perga glitter sprinkled on top. Sonia Goodliff. So you take the frame away. Doesn't that look different? By removing the frame around the outside. and then one more, Jane Telford, mixing and matching and paper piecing. Right. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to chuck this on. No, I'm not going to chuck it off. I'm going to pop this on to one side. Oh, there we go. So I think that's everything we've got covered. There's a couple of stamp sets I just want to show you. If you're looking for some essential sentiments, then these two stamp sets are really worth it. It's my all-time favorite. Okay, can anyone guess what it is? Be too late. Special day occasions. These ones are these are my go-to every single time. Sending a little note your way with wishes for a lovely day. However you spend it, whatever you do, hoping this day is special for you. And then no matter how you spend your day, hope it's special in every way. Item number for this is 10519. It's also available in Groovy, which you'll find in the Clarity Social TV section on the website. But if you just search for Special Day Sentiments, and for me, this is one that you can use again and again and again. If you're not sure what to say, then this is a perfect one. And then I'm just going to take this out. The Bijou Ribbon Sentiments, 11506. And I'm going to open these up just to show you. So you've got Merry Christmas, best wishes, thank you, happy birthday. And then you've got Happy New Year, thinking of you, you are so kind, have a great day. So for me, these are sort of like your core essentials. If you're looking for maybe something to put on the inside of your card, or you just want a centerpiece. So you imagine taking one of those lovely stencils, and maybe you want to put a sentiment, the best wishes. Look, that fits in there. Merry Christmas, thank you, happy birthday. And they work beautifully with the fresh cut dies as well. So I just wanted to shine a light on those two items there. Okay. All right, I'm going to do a demo. Plenty of time, he says. Famous last words. So the download for this will be available after the show, because I wrote it out just before the show, and Jazz has very kindly done this for me. So this will be available as a download. This is a snowdrop. This is what we're going to make. And then this is what I've used during the course of the demo. Okay. Printer's playing up at the moment, but lovely Lisa is off sick today. So we've just had to print it on my one, and it's running out of toner. So I'm sure you'll get a lovely result if you print it off at home. So let's have a look at the card itself. Recognize that sentiment? Best wishes? So this could be Merry Christmas. This could be Happy Birthday. But it could also be sending a little note your way. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hold this up. Look at that sparkle. I'm going to bring it in on this camera. Look at that. This is so easy to do. Okay. So where do we get started? Well, first off, I'm just going to have, because I've been talking, I know, you've always said you've been talking way too much. I'm just going to have a slurp of coffee. I thought many of you would be out in the garden, enjoying the sunshine, and I thought it'd just be me and Grace. But no, we've got many friends in the room, so thank you for joining me. Right, okay. So where do we start? I've got my box of bits and pieces, so let me just pop this to one side. So I don't want to ruin that lovely, got all this counter and I've still run out of space. Okay, so you can do what I'm about to do with any of the 6 different dies that I've shared with you, but I thought I'd go for the snowdrop because it's that time of year. So we have our fresh cut die, snowdrop, and here you can see you've got your outer frame and then you've got the one. So these are 2 separate dies. Okay. If I want a panel exactly like I have here, then I'm just going to cut the larger die. If I want a window, then I can introduce that as well. But this is also great. It's the perfect size for creating a mat to go onto your base. I decided to go with some Northern Lights companion paper, some lovely colorways in there, item number 31664. I've used our craft blanks. There we go. So I've got a 6x6 craft card blank. Okay, so we've got those as well. The item number for those are 31675. And what I've done, I've just taken a piece of the companion paper and I've just trimmed it down so it's slightly smaller. Okay, and then what we're going to do now, he says, is we're just going to die cut the piece of paper. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So I'm going to cut, die cutting side down, like so. Okay, now our dies, maybe you're new to our fresh cut range of dies, they have this Teflon coating on it, so it doesn't matter how detailed the die is, they just cut like butter. Now, everybody has different machines. Everyone will know their machines have different pressure points. But I'm using paper, you can use card. And you know what, later on, I'm definitely going to do it, even if we overrun slightly. I'm going to use our adhesive backed felt. Okay, let me just quickly show you. I know. This is our adhesive backed felt and it cuts beautifully. A couple of tips I'll share with you when die cutting the felt. Okay, but we'll have a look at that in a moment. So let's bring that in. Okay, now to create my sandwich. So cutting plate, poly bag, top tip from D. Paramore. Okay, and the reason for the poly bag, okay, if I was cutting black card straight onto the cutting plate, then fibers can get trapped within the plate. And then maybe I'll use a white piece of card. Those fibers can then transfer. So by using, these are those pocket things, I've just cut the strips off so it doesn't catch when it goes through the machine. Then I'm going to take a piece of copy paper because I don't know if I've got anything messy on my magnetic sheet. Then the magnetic sheet on top, and then my plate on top of that. And then what we're going to do is just run it through the machine. So, as I said, it works in all leading die cutting machines, manual, electric, but you'll know what combination of plates or sandwich, as Barb calls it, that you need to make. Okay. I've always cut face down. It's just the way that I've always done it. Some machines say you've got to cut face up, just turn the plates over, but at the end of the day, as long as you get that lovely crisp clean cut, it doesn't matter, does it? So let's remove the white. Where's my waste bin? Okay, so let's have a look. So now I'm going to carefully remove the low tack tape. There we go, like so. So if you're after some low tack tape, it really is low tack. Obviously, the thicker the card you put in, it does create more of a pressure point and can become a little bit more stickier than low tack. Okay, then if I lift this away, and all I'm going to do now is remove, look, it's so, and I'm just giving it a light flick with my finger. It's bad. The die, you can do this now. I've got one of these all-in-ones. Okay, because that's one of the things sometimes with detailed dies, it can take forever to remove all the different pieces. Okay, so there we go, almost done. But I won't bore you with that. But they've got little release points on there just to take the paper out. Okay, but look, let me just put that over there, bring that in. Look at how beautiful that has cut. Okay, with one path. Yes, it's only paper, but I will get that same result with card, and I'll also get the same result with felt as well. So now that I've die cut my piece, I'm going to attach it to my card blank. Okay, and to do that, I'm going to use my perga glue, which I put somewhere safe earlier. Oh, it's always the way in it. You get organized. So on the back, you could use a quickie glue pen, whichever. It's entirely up to you. So we're just going to go along the edge. Not too much. You don't want the mayonnaise effect. So I'm just going along the outside. I'm going to put a little bit in the middle. And then I'm just going to put some dots in key places. I'm not sort of smothering it with glue because it's so lightweight that it's not going to take much to hold it onto your card. Okay, there we go. I reckon that is probably enough. Now time to get some sticky fingers. So we're going to lift that up, turn that over. So I'm going to do it so it opens. It's quite nice because it doesn't matter on this particular one. I think it's the same on all of them. It can go on any direction you want. So if you decide at the beginning you want the card to open at the top, but you change your mind halfway through, then no, do it that way, and it now opens from the side. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a clean piece of paper, put it over the top, and I'm just going to rub to make sure that it's completely stuck. Okay. I'm not worried about any little bits of seepage because the glue does dry clear. Okay. So that's where we've got to on that point. Okay. And this is using the snowdrops. So let's have a look at that one there. Let's bring those details up. Let's say you can do this with all three of the different duos or the individual dies. Now what I want to do is add some colour. So to do that, I'm going to use my Perga colour pencils. So I've taken a B15, which is a wax-based pencil, and I've also taken the A1, which is the white. Okay, and there's a reason why I haven't chosen the B1, the wax-based one, and I'll explain that in a moment. So what we're going to do now is just add some colour. So I'm just going to go in between the raised line art, like so. If I come down, nice sharp pencil, and then we're just going to colour in between the petals. Okay, nice and easy. I mean, I'm using the B15 on this one because I really love this sort of like olive type of effect. And I think it's lovely on the snowdrop. But I suppose it depends on what colour card you've used, doesn't it? There we go. Now we're just going to pop that like so. So this is the outside of the buds. We're going to work our way around. So it doesn't take long to do. And in a way, with it, because you've got that raised line art, you're not going to go over the edges, are you? Okay, so let's put a little bit of colour. I'm not going to bore you with all of this because I just want to give you the principle of it. Okay, and then so you can see there how we're starting to introduce the colour. Now, I'm going to use the Perga glitter. Now, because the Perga glitter is translucent and ultra fine, if I was to go straight onto the craft card, the colour of the craft card will come through, so my snowdrops won't look white. Now, I found that if I coloured the snowdrops with the B pencil, which is a wax-based pencil, then what happened was the glue that I'm about to use, which is the sticky ink, takes longer to dry because it's sitting on the wax of the pencil. However, if you use the aqua pencil, which is a watercolor pencil, it helps absorb the sticky ink. Okay, so that was the reason why I did A for aqua on the white, and then the B for the wax, because I'm not going to put any glitter on the leaves. So if I take this snowdrop here, and what it's doing is putting like an undercoat down on that snowdrop. Okay, just like so. And then we'll do it on this one. And I'm going to do 2 of them where I've put the white on, and I'm going to do 1 where I haven't. So you'll be able to see the difference. So I'm going to do that one, and this one here. So now comes the perga glue and the sticky ink. So we've got a bundle available, and the details are on the website. So you've got your, let's zoom out a little. You've got your sticky ink, you've got your perga glitter, all available individually, and then we have our mapping pen, which is like a fountain pen. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put my glitter to one side, and then take the lid off, and I'm going to load up the nib. I'm going to come in close now. The nib with some sticky ink, and then we're going to colour on top of the white with the sticky ink. Okay, now what's magical about the sticky ink is that once it dries, it will dry clear, but it will remain tacky until you put something on it. Okay, so just keep loading up. When you're at home, you'll spend a little bit more time, but because you've got that fantastic nib, you can really get into small areas. So it's great when you're working with your parchment craft, and you can really get into some really sort of fine, close spaces. Okay, so you can see how that's starting to go on. Now I'm going to do one over here now, just as a comparison. And you're thinking, oh, but it's white. But look, it's starting to dry and absorb into the craft card. I mean, if you're using white card behind, then you wouldn't need to use the pencil on top. Okay, now to wash your nibs once you've finished, just warm soapy water and then just let it air dry. Or if you've got like alcohol wipes, you can use those as well. But I find it's easier as soon as you've finished, just I've got a glass where I just hot water, pop it in there, and then just let it soak a couple of minutes, and then give it a wipe. With I'd say like an alcohol wipe, so that there's not many fibre. If you use kitchen towel or tissues, if it's still sticky, then it will retain the fibres from that. Lid on your sticky ink. Okay, I'm not going to mention no names, Glynis. I'm going to put that to one side. I'm going to put that over there as well. Then I'm going to take some copy paper, and we're going to look at our perga glitters. Okay, zoom out. So these are made for us by Wow, fantastic company, exclusive to us, 6 iridescent colours, ultra fine. You've got a hint of blue, copper, green, pink, silver or gold. It's ultra fine, anti-static, translucent and iridescent. It's also non-toxic, and it comes in this fantastic carry case. So let's see, what colour should we go? I'm going to go for a hint of, it will always be the last one. I want silver, hint of silver. Okay, pop that over there. Now these have large openings. Look, let me pop that there, and let me bring in the sticky ink. And can you see what could happen if you don't put this out to one side? You could accidentally pick this up thinking it's glitter because you're so carried away, and you'd have a very sticky mess. So now I'm going to take this, just like in bottom, got a large opening, sprinkle where it needs to go and where it doesn't need to go, put the lid back on, give it a little flick. For speed, I'm just going to pop that lid back on, and I'm going to move this to one side and put it away later. I need to put it there so I don't cover it up. Sorry about that. There we go. So now I'm going to come in on this camera. So now where we're going, there we go. So you can see the difference where I've used the white pencil here. They look more white as opposed to this one here where you can see the brown. Okay, so if you want your snowdrops or your flowers to be a true color, then it's often a good idea to put, you can definitely see the difference there, can't you? To put a base color underneath so that that color will come through and get some sparkle. Now I'm going to give the original cards away. Oh, and just to finish it off, you can either use your ribbon sentiment or a sentiment of your choice. I would go for the special day sentiments in the middle, job done. I've got one here. Let me just pop that on there. So I've already stamped it on a separate piece, and that goes on there like that. But I will send the original piece of artwork when we pick a name at the end, because I want one more demo to do. So all you need to do is put the word glitter. Put glitter in the comments, and then at the end I'll choose a name, and whoever's name I choose will get the original completed one. And I'll even put that one on there, so if you don't want best wishes, you can replace it with that. Okay, let me just bring the pack shot up for the Groovy collection. I will change the details there just in case you missed out on that one, while I bring in the second and last demo of the hour. Okay, there we go. So the item number for that is 42195. You have an £11.50 saving, which is the equivalent of receiving the Japanese sentiments and the symbols together with that row of butterflies underneath. Okay, right. I'm now going to come back, and I'm going to go to, let's have a look, this collection. So this is the Japanese Love and Peace die duo, 31769, £10 saving, bringing it down to £29.98. And then club discount, Japan 10, and you'll get that additional 10% discount. And you can either place the order online or give the number across the bottom there, 01732 868 215, where the lovely Sue, Jazz or Pete will be there to take your calls. Okay, felt. The felt was a real game changer when we launched this. It wasn't last year, it was the year before. And what was a game changer about this is that it's got an adhesive backing on it. And what I've done, I've die cut the felt with the dies. Okay, and if you had Feely TV, you would feel the beautiful softness of this design. So if I come in on this one, you might be able to see where we're going. There we go. If I come over here, if I do it there, can you see? Look. Okay, and Barb came up with a fantastic technique on how to get it onto a card. Okay, if you search for felt by Clarity on the Clarity website, I wouldn't recommend searching it in Google. Go to the Clarity website and put felt by Clarity, and it will bring up, we've got lovely kits with dyes, we've got some lovely color palettes, we've also got backers, you can make coasters, you can make table runners, you can make wall hangings. It's a fantastic product, and it absolutely blew the doors off when we first launched this. So I thought, you know what, Barb's going to revisit the felt the beginning of April. Yeah, April. But I just wanted to show it with these dies, because some of our most detailed dies will still cut through this adhesive backed felt. Okay, so let's give you some top tips on what to do. Right, okay, onto the overhead. Okay, so I've just chosen one of the packs that we've got. This is the Funky Holly Leaf collection, and in there you've got 6 pieces. It contains thistle, ivy, mushroom, hush green, oak and driftwood. Okay, all available as refill packs of 6 sheets of an individual colour. So I've already taken one out, so you can see here. There we go. And the one that I took out of there was the dark green, which is I think that one's the ivy. Yeah, I think that one's the ivy, the dark green. But you can check out all the colours on the website. So just to make it easier on the eye, because if I put that on there, it's quite difficult to see. So let's go for the nice purple colour. Okay, so die cutting machine is required, obviously. So same principle as before. I've got my cutting plate, I've got my Polly Pocket, I've got my felt face up, and you can see here how it's got that adhesive backing on it. Then I'm going to take my die, cutting side down, like so. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to just to apply a little bit more pressure. And most machines, if your sandwich is too thick, then it will stop going through the machine. Okay, so I've just got some copy paper on there. Then I've got my magnetic shim, and then I've got my final plate on top. So that's my sandwich complete. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to run it through my machine. Now, as we said earlier, everyone's machines are different. You could have 5 of the same machines all lined up, and they will all cut slightly differently, because it will be the grain of the card, the way you put it in. So what I'm going to do now, I've run it through once. I'm not going to do anything. I'm then going to turn it over and then turn it around that way. Okay. And I'm going to run it back through the machine. So you can try it. Maybe your machine will cut in one pass. It's one of those things. And it will depend on the detailedness of the die as well. If it's more open, say like a basic shape, one pass through the machine, okay, on the machine that I'm using. So now, when I lift this away, let's have a look at the reveal. And I'm then just going to gently lift it away from the die, okay. If you want, keep all those bits and pieces. I'm just going to pop them over there and I'll clear this up. This has all cut out, okay, and it's just being held together. That's all it is. So normally if it was paper, I'd flick. So just take the time to remove all these little bits and pieces, okay. Look, you can see, tiny, tiny. So I know we run out of time, so I've got, let's go to that green one. Where was that green one gone? Just a little bit of patience, okay, and then that's what you'll end up with. Let me bring in a white piece of paper. There we go. Okay, all cut out. Really? Let's go that way. There we go. Blurry. Okay. So now, how? This is the fun part. Okay, this could take. How do we now attach that to there? Okay. So this is where the magic happens, and this is what Barb came up with. So low tack tape, okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to now stabilize our felt, like so. Now, if you saw when we launched this, you would have seen Barb do this, like so. And you may think, wow, that's a bit excessive. You may think it's excessive, but it does what it needs to do. Okay. So then that goes like that. You're thinking, well, how's that going to stick? So what we're going to do now is we're going to flip it over. Good pair of scissors, a little pair of scissors is very handy for this. And a needle tool. So I'm going to use our one needle tool, Pergamano one needle tool. And what we're going to do now is we're just going to gently peel back. I may regret doing this on a Friday afternoon. So we just get it going, like so. Okay, now this is super sticky, super sticky. Look, okay. Top quality adhesive backed felt. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to snip along there. And then I'm just going to gently tease it away. Okay, so this is where another reason for the low tack tape comes into play, because what it's doing, it's stabilizing the felt. Okay, and I'm sure many of you at home have experienced this as well. And I'm sure many of you are holding your breath. So when it gets to a point, you think, oh, I've got too much in there, then just snip away. Just break it down into sections like so, because you don't need backing. Okay. And what you can do, if I'm going to snip this little bit off here, because I can put my finger on there as I slowly, he says, this is great, this bit, look, because I can do it. Take a little bit, go a little bit slower than what I'm doing. But you'll notice what I'm doing, I'm just going round all the outside. So let's snip that one there. Hold onto there. Go there. Okay. I don't know why I'm holding my breath. Then I'm going to snip away there. Just to, nearly. I nearly put my finger right in the middle. You'll only do that once. And I'm sure when Barb's in the shack on Monday, if you ask that question, Barb, how did you work this trick out? And I think, as Barb said earlier, if you don't know how, if you don't come from that, like for example, die cutting wasn't Barb's bag. She can die cut, but because she didn't know the rules, then she learned, and that's where the trap the scrap technique came into play. Okay, so now we need to get it onto the card blank. This is where the fun begins. So I've got my card blank. Then I'm going to turn this over, and then this is where you use. Right, I'm going to go. No, nobody saw that, did they? No, nobody's watching. Nobody's watching as Paul makes a complete mesh. No. Right, okay. Here we go. I'm going to position that over the top. I'm going to do it by eye. But you know what? If it's wonky, I can trim it down. Okay. So that goes on there. Once this is down, this really is down. Okay. So that's done. And then gently remove the low tack tape, like so. Gently does it, like so. And what I'm going to do now is turn it over and burnish it from the back. Oh, That's not too bad. Live TV, not too bad. Okay. So there, and there. But I'm happy with that. Yes, it's a little bit wonky, but I can cut it down. I can trim it. The trick is to get it onto the card. I could have put it onto a separate piece and then matte and layered it. But yeah, the felt definitely gives a more luxurious feel to your artwork. And you can do that technique. Definitely practice. I wouldn't thinking, right, I need to make a card now. I'm going to go for the felt and I'm going to do it there. You definitely need to practice it before you do it. And that's the key bit of positioning it and getting it in the right place. Woo! Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to choose a name. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to send 2 pieces. So I'm going to send one of these in felt and my lovely snowdrop one as well. So I'm going to scroll through the chat. Let me just swap over to the chat, right? And I'm going to scroll through and I'm going to not look. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look. And stop. And the winner is Louise Lavender. Is that lavender colour? Look at that. There you go. So congratulations, Louise. I've got your address because I've seen orders from you. So on Monday, we'll get those 2 cards sent out to you. Thank you, as always, to lovely Grace, who covers our afternoon sessions all the way over in New York. Hope you've enjoyed that. And I hope, who is it? Susanna's happy that I managed to get 2 demos done during the course of this hour. So enjoy the rest of the day and the weekend. We're in our Friday. So Barb's back in the shack on Monday at 10 o'clock, continuing with the year of colour and the alphabet. Yeah, we had a conversation. So we'll see what happens on Monday to see, on Monday. So you need to tune into the shack at 10 o'clock on Monday, live as usual on our usual platforms, Facebook, YouTube. So yes, and then we'll give you an update on Monday of what's on the week ahead. So don't forget, anytime you check out your basket, put that code Japan10 at checkout in the discount code area, and you'll get an additional 10% off your order. So thank you very much for your company. Enjoy the rest of the day and the weekend, and I'll see you on Monday in the shack with Barb. Take care now. Thanks, Grace.